Among Us, one of the most popular games in the world, but it's also a game that has a dark side. You can either join the side of the crewmates, or join the imposters, who only have one mission, which is to eliminate the crewmates. Nobody really knows why the imposters are so jealous of the crewmates, but we all know that they're a huge problem. So in our world and in the world of Among Us, we have 4 elements, which is water, fire, earth, and air. There are other elements that people want to argue, such as space and metal, but we're only going to be focusing on water. We have already talked about molten, which would represent the fire element, but the opposite of fire is water. And in this video, I'm going to be bringing you the story of Aquatic, the water imposter, a creature with so much power, who has the ability to move entire oceans. And before I forget, if you're new to the channel and want to see more content like this, make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. That way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. And if you want me to talk about the other element imposters in Among Us, let's try to reach our like goal of 25,000 likes. That way I can post the next video immediately. But now let's continue with the story of Aquatic, the water imposter. So who is Aquatic, you may be asking? Well, Aquatic is a massive creature with a very long neck. A neck so powerful that he has the ability to move entire oceans. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that's intimidating. I can see why the crewmates fear him so much. He also has spikes on his back, and his head as well, which helps him protect himself from other imposters, or other large creatures that may have a problem with him. He also has a very large mouth, with many sharp teeth, which are used to devour his prey. His bright blue color helps him blend in with the ocean, so it's very hard to see him. And his home is of course found underneath the ocean, in a deep dark cave. And I know you're most likely asking yourself the question, Chari, there's only small amounts of water found across all of the maps. There is no way Aquatic could even hide in there, especially with his massive size. I can agree with that, but there's a secret that you most likely never realized. So Aquatic is one of the only imposters that can be found on the airship. And if we take a look at the airship, you can see a bunch of clouds and a dark blue sky, which means that the airship is on Earth. Or you can make the argument that it's in another Earth-like planet, and wherever there's clouds, there's most likely an ocean. And if you ever been to a beach before, you can see the bright blue water. And right above the water, you can see the white clouds, which looks very similar to the airship and the clouds that can be found outside, which means that the airship is flying above a massive ocean, and that's where Aquatic is hiding. So now you may be asking yourself, how did Aquatic get there? And who exactly is Aquatic? And why is he so powerful? And also, why does he dislike the crewmates? So Aquatic wasn't actually from Earth, he was from Polus. So Polus used to be a planet with massive oceans, and when the planet began to drop in temperature, the water began to freeze, which is why you can see the polar ice caps on Polus, which is all the water that froze during that time period. Many unknown creatures were wiped off the planet and were never seen again. But there was a parasite that managed to survive for thousands of years, some even say millions, and this parasite was Aquatic. But of course at the time Aquatic was just a small little parasite, so he wasn't all that powerful. He spent most of his life wandering around looking for things to eat, since life on Polus was so difficult. Many were surprised that he even managed to survive. And I'm referring to the scientists that managed to find him when the crewmates established a base on Polus many years ago, because it did take them some time to find Aquatic. And that's because Polus is a giant planet, so it's gonna take a while for them to explore everything. The scientists took Aquatic and put him inside a test tube, and they were taking a look at him because they wanted to know how and why he managed to survive for so long, because the crewmates were aware that there was life on Polus, and only a few creatures managed to survive. So Aquatic spent a huge portion of his life inside of a test tube, and this was all happening inside of the specimen room and laboratory, which are found on Polus. So how exactly did Aquatic even manage to get to the airship if he spent the majority of his life on Polus? Well, the answer to that question is actually quite sad. The crewmates were being invaded by the imposters, and the crewmates that managed to escape got inside of the dropship and were sent to different bases that the crewmates established, such as the SCARED, Mira HQ, and you guessed it, the airship. The scientists decided to take Aquatic with them because he didn't want to leave Aquatic alone with the imposters. Who knows what they would do to him? And the scientist was sent to the airship with Aquatic. The moment the scientist arrived at the airship, he put Aquatic in his pocket, and he would carry him around as he was doing his task. So Aquatic was well hidden. But unfortunately, everything went wrong. An imposter was found on the airship, which caused many of the crewmates to leave, except one group, which was the Henry segment crew, the leader being Henry. The scientist was unsure if he was gonna survive the trip back, so he decided to release Aquatic down below. And when I say down below, I mean the ocean, since the airship is flying in the air. The scientists knew that Aquatic managed to survive on Polus, so he should be able to survive on Earth. And the scientists believed that he would never see Aquatic again, but he was still hoping that maybe one day he would reunite with him. The scientists left and Aquatic was now in the water, swimming around. Even though Aquatic was just a parasite, he had feelings, and he felt really bad. He was also hoping to maybe one day reunite with the scientist, but he wasn't so sure. As time went on, Aquatic was just swimming in the water, but then bodies began to fall from the sky, which were imposters and crewmates that were being ejected. One of the imposters managed to survive and ate Aquatic. Over the span of several weeks, the imposter grew in size. He grew a very long neck and had a massive mouth, which was now used to devour his prey. This imposter was now Aquatic, and he was now on the side of the imposters. Even though Aquatic was filled with evil, he still had one desire, which was to hopefully one day reunite with the scientist, the crewmate who saved his life. If you did enjoy this video and want to see more, make sure to drop a like down below. I do also want to give a massive shout out to Lazy Doggo for helping me produce this video. If you want to support a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And if you're new to this channel and want to see more, make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. And check out these other Among Us story videos that I found on my channel.